BYD, the Chinese electric vehicle giant, has announced plans to invest $1.7 billion in Vietnam to establish an automotive components factory. In my opinion, establishing overseas factories is a crucial step for BYD to penetrate the international market. In fact, BYD's automotive empire is rapidly expanding on a global scale. From my perspective, the competition for the top two positions in the global new energy vehicle market is already locked between Tesla and BYD, and this is an undisputed fact. What BYD currently lacks and what is the most urgent task at hand is to enter the international market. In fact, this is not BYD's first investment in Vietnam. In 2021, BYD established an electronics factory in Vietnam primarily for contract manufacturing and assembling Apple computers. This investment in Vietnam marks BYD's second strategic move in Southeast Asia, with the first being the establishment of an automobile factory in Thailand with an investment of $3.3 billion. The difference is that the facility in Thailand is an assembly plant for complete vehicles, while the one in Vietnam is an automotive component factory, serving as a complement to the Thai factory. So why didn't BYD continue to establish the factory in Thailand? Why were the automotive component factory and the Thai factory set up separately? Can BYD win back the international market through the establishment of overseas factories? Welcome to Auto Age. That and more is exactly what we are going to talk about. Let's get started. Why did BYD choose to invest $1.7 billion to establish a factory in Vietnam? Why not in Thailand? Well, this brings us to a key question: the market. The automotive industry is a large market and a core industry, and most countries aspire to have a share in the automotive industry chain. However, the automotive industry is highly complex. How can industrially backward countries secure a piece of the automotive industry pie? The key lies in trading market for industrial participation. That means, if you want to sell cars in our country, you have to establish factories locally. If BYD were to set up both factories in Thailand, it would be challenging to penetrate the Vietnamese market. However, by establishing one assembly plant in Thailand and one component factory in Vietnam, BYD can cover both countries. It's like in the late 1980s and 1990s when foreign car manufacturers wanted to enter the Chinese market, they had to form joint ventures with Chinese automakers, share profits equally, and train Chinese industrial workers while providing employment opportunities. Otherwise, why should China open its automobile market to foreign investment? By the way, Tesla's ability to enter China as a wholly owned company also stems from its ability to drive the overall development of China's new energy industry chain. Without an exchange of benefits, it is difficult for the automotive industry to enter the international market. Let's take a simple example. For the same model of car, the import tariff from China to Thailand is 80%. However, if the car is manufactured locally in Thailand, there will be no import tariffs, thus significantly enhancing its market competitiveness. Moreover, Thailand is a member of ASEAN, which has a free trade agreement within the region. BYD vehicles produced in Thailand can be exported to Vietnam without any tariffs and enjoy only a 5% tariff when exported to Malaysia. This is called tariff protection. During the era of conventional fuel vehicles, BYD lagged behind and lacked the capability to explore overseas markets, resulting in a significantly insufficient overseas market share for BYD. But now things are different in the era of new energy vehicles, and BYD ranks first globally. BYD has the funds and the technology, and it's time to accelerate its international expansion. Chinese automakers have achieved some success in the international market. SAIC has the Milligram brand, Geely has Volvo, Polestar, and Lotus, while Chery started localization early and has already captured a significant market share overseas. These automakers were ahead of BYD in the era of conventional fuel vehicles. As a rising star, BYD needs to catch up. SAIC and Geely have taken the path of brand acquisitions, which is fast and effective, but the opportunity is fleeting. Well-known global brands that were available for acquisition have already been bought, and BYD can no longer acquire them. BYD's only option now is to follow Chery's path of independent localization. Many people don't understand why Chery became the leading brand in international expansion. In fact, Chery's biggest advantage lies in its 10 overseas factories spread across Russia, the Middle East, North Africa, Southeast Asia, and South America. On the one hand, this enables Chery to receive support from local governments, and on the other hand, it promotes local employment and enhances the brand's local recognition. Hyundai Kia Automotive Group, which quickly rose to become the third largest automotive group globally, also pursued localization. Hyundai Group has established 11 factories worldwide, while Kia Group has 10 factories, totaling 21 factories. The world's largest automaker, Toyota from Japan, has as many as 69 global factories. In many countries, if an automaker doesn't establish a factory locally, they simply have no chance of entering the local market. In the mobile phone industry, the reason why Lenovo-owned Motorola dominates Argentina is due to the local regulation that prohibits market entry and sales if a phone manufacturer doesn't have a factory in Argentina. Apple, for example, is banned from selling its phones in Argentina because it doesn't have a factory there. Brazil imposes high import tariffs on automobiles, up to 35%, in addition to industrialized product tax and automobile consumption tax. These, along with transportation and dealer costs, result in a significant cost increase. If imported cars enter the Brazilian market, they have no competitiveness whatsoever. BYD's Tang model is priced over 700,000 yuan in Brazil, but it had zero sales for passenger cars, and in 2022, it only sold 37 units of the T3 minivan. Without localization, a car that sells for over 200,000 yuan in China is forced to be priced at 700,000 yuan, and BYD itself cannot make a profit. Furthermore, most of the increased price is due to taxes, completely eroding its competitiveness. In contrast, Chery, with its local manufacturing in Brazil, has consistently ranked among the top 10 best-selling cars in the Brazilian market. Similar to ASEAN, South America also has a regional common market with high external tariffs but zero internal tariffs. Chery established its car factory in Brazil, and its cars sell well in Brazil, Chile, Argentina, and other countries. This is the fundamental reason why BYD is accelerating the establishment of a factory in Brazil. The automotive industry is much more profitable than the mobile phone industry, and every country has local industry protection. Why are imported cars in China exorbitantly expensive? In reality, it's not the cars that are expensive, but the high import tariffs. BYD has established factories in Vietnam and Thailand, targeting the entire ASEAN market. By assembling vehicles in Thailand and exporting them to countries like Malaysia, Indonesia, and Vietnam, they can enjoy extremely low tax rates. In Vietnam, there are also local electric vehicle brands, and BYD can supply components to Vietnamese car manufacturers. ASEAN also serves as an important transit point for Chinese products to be re-exported to the United States. With the frequent increase in tariffs on Chinese goods by the United States, many Chinese factories have relocated to Vietnam and then exported to the US. Behind the label "Made in Vietnam," the factories are still Chinese. In the international market, China's automakers already have SAIC's Milligram, Geely Volvo, Polestar, Lotus, and the independent Chery, so BYD should also be added to the list. China's domestic market for new energy vehicles is already saturated, and BYD's monthly sales have stabilized at around 200,000 units, with limited room for further growth. If BYD wants to seize opportunities and maintain its leading position, it has no choice but to expand internationally. The most crucial step in international expansion is to establish overseas factories, aligning with local interest groups to safeguard the exploration of foreign markets. Okay, that's all for today. Please put your comments below, and share your insightful ideas with other people. Do you want to learn about more auto stories? Please keep following our channel and like our videos. Thank you so much for your continuous support. Your precious time with us is highly appreciated. See you.